Ark Raiders Locked Gate event is back. So let's talk about how to do it and more importantly, why you'd want to do it. A lot of cool loot to be had in this event. Now, how can we do it? Firstly, you need to get on the game at the right time. The Locked Gate event is a Blue Gate specific event, similar to Hidden Bunker on Spaceport, and it's only available 2 times per day. You can go to the Metaforge app to see the exact timings for your time zone, but it's essentially every 12 hours. So you're going to have to plan ahead of time so you can put some time aside to get into this event. And once the event is live, you've only got 1 hour to play it. And this is likely only going to be 2 or maybe 3 runs if you're efficient here. So what that means is you're probably going to want to prepare yourself for everything that could potentially happen so that when you finally get to play Locked Gate, you know what to expect and you don't waste time and lose out on the Bobcat Blueprint and other awesome loot. So what happens in the Locked Gate event? You start with 40 minutes, just like in the Hidden Bunker. There will be a gate control room, which is here on the map. And in this room, you'll now have 4 consoles. These 4 consoles will have 4 different locations on it. You then must go to those 4 different locations and basically just loot any container there. Every single container has a chance to spawn the key for that corresponding console. The good news is multiple keys can spawn at once for the same console, so if someone dies and sticks it in their safe pocket or drops it on the floor to troll, you can still find more, so don't worry about that. Oh, and one more thing, when you're looking for these keys, be careful. There are mines hidden in the dirt across the map in this event for some reason, and they really hurt. Now, the locations are always the same. So what that means is you don't actually need to go to the gate control room first. You just need to loot all of the 4 locations, which is Ancient Fort, Raiders Refuge, Reinforced Reception, and Pilgrim's Peak. Just loot every container you can there until you find this key. Now, I wouldn't advise running around the entire map. Instead, loot the closest location to you and then make your way to the gate control room. I'd suggest being friendly for a good few matches before this to up your chances of being in a friendlier match. If aggression-based matchmaking is a thing, then you're going to want to make sure people work together on this event. They usually do, but sometimes they don't. And it can ruin the whole experience, especially if you've only got an hour to play. We'll talk more about that later and how to prevent it. But yeah, loot the closest POI out of Raiders Refuge, Reinforced Reception, Pilgrim's Peak, and Ancient Fort. Once you found the key, go to the gate control room, interact with the console to activate that console. Even if these buttons are green or red, it doesn't really matter. So long as all 4 keys are found and all 4 consoles are interacted with by any player, the main gate will open. Now, the gate itself will open at outer gates. You will not be able to go in the underground area from any other point. They've all been blocked off. And once it's fully open by accessing all 4 consoles with the keys, this is the only entrance. So you're going to need to be quick about getting down here once the gates have opened and sprint for the best loot. And, well, let's be honest, it's going to be in the security wing. The breach room here is busted for loot right now. Now, maybe I just got lucky, but the drop rates for Augment Blueprints and the Bobcat Blueprint is very high here. Wait, Bobcat Blueprint? Yeah, that is the event-specific blueprint, the chase blueprint in this event. So pretty much every 2 times event in this game has a special blueprint that can only drop in that event, right? Hidden Bunker has Volcano. For Locked Gate, it is the Bobcat. Now, what's really important to note here, I know a lot of people get confused. Whilst this is the Locked Gate event, you don't need to search the Locked Gate underground area to find the blueprint. You can find it anywhere else. And I've had multiple messages and DMs and emails of people showing me it can drop anywhere. So don't worry too much about getting underground here if you're searching for the Bobcat blueprint. You can find it absolutely anywhere in any container. So my suggestion to you is do your part. Try and loot whatever POI you're close to so you can get one of those keys, go put it in the gate control room, and then spend your time looting as many containers as you possibly can. Try and communicate with the other players in the lobby to try and get this sorted and opened as quickly as possible, and maybe go to the other areas if you're not sure anyone is making their way there on their own. If people are friendly in your lobby, that can be done quite well and you can coordinate together. Now, if you're more of a PvP type or your lobbies are PvP centric, then you're going to have a different experience. People are going to fight over the entire map, trying to get the loot underneath for themselves. So some strategies to prepare. What most players seem to do when they're PvPing is they will camp the gate control room and wait for all of the other players just to bring the key to them. So, when you go into the gate control room, be very aware. Don't let your guard down. There could be somebody lurking about. Yeah, that's going to be frustrating when you've only got an hour to play this once it's finally in the game when you're online. So, be aware. Try to gauge what the lobby is feeling like. Are people killing each other? Are you seeing a lot of raider flares? Or are people generally pretty friendly? My best bet, especially if you're a solo player, try to find the friendly players, bring in some defibs and share the defibs around. That way, if you do come across a PvP player, you're able to deal with it. And also, keep an eye out for the Merchant Squad outfit. We wear this outfit as part of our community to tell everyone, hey, we're friendly, you can trust us, we're not going to betray you or shoot you in the back. If you see someone wearing this outfit, then they're a symbol of someone that you can rely on to not betray you. And, you know, our mantra is always bring defibs and always look out for the guy that needs the help the most. So if you want to join the Merchant Squad, then just wear this outfit and stand by our morals. If we can grow this community and grow what this skin means, then the more we can have chances to build trust in otherwise very high tense situations. And if you are a PvP player yourself and you come across other PvP players, then, I mean, it's just every man for himself, really, because you've basically got to work to get the keys across all the map. There's a lot of communication and effort needs to go into this. If you're playing trios, you could split up across the map equally. Regardless, the whole thing will only take about 10 minutes, even if you're running back and forth across the map. So you still got a decent amount of time to loot the whole underground anyway. Now, when it comes to looting the underground, I would just loot absolutely everything. Definitely book it for the security wing first. That loot there is just phenomenal. Once you've looted the breach room, make sure to go and open the puzzle room and loot that too. That's a really great spot. But pretty much everything else in the maintenance wing and the security wing area is worth looting. The blueprint drop rate seems to be really high down here. Now, if you're looking for augments specifically, and there are other friendly players, consider asking to trade your blueprints, right? You might get some blueprints you've already unlocked. It doesn't hurt to just drop them on the floor and ask if anyone else has got something that you're looking for. You know, everyone is going to end up finding blueprints down here because the blueprint drop rate is ridiculous. The question is, will you get the blueprint that you're looking for or will somebody else? Well, it's worth communicating and asking if you could potentially swap around what you found. You could all come out a little bit happier. Okay, enough with the blueprint stuff for a second. We'll get back to that in a minute. But what about other loot? Is there anything else going down here in Locked Gate, or is it just that we get more blueprints or something? Well, like the hidden bunker, there really isn't anything else to it. You open the locked area and then you just explore the map like normal. I have a suspicion that the Bobcat blueprint and Augment blueprints drop more commonly here than they would in a normal Blue Gate event, but we don't have enough data yet to prove that. I'll show you what I found so far. So besides that, all of the other loot seems pretty much the same. So if you're hoping to get like some super rare attachments or maybe some epic guns, you're probably better off sticking to a night raid. The main benefit here is to try and farm those Augment blueprints and the Bobcat. I don't see there being any other benefit to this, besides it being a 40-minute timer, so if you're doing trials, that could be worthwhile too. It's important to note that this is a 2x modifier, so this is going to basically be the new hidden bunker for doing trials. So keep that in mind when the new trial season starts. Now, as always, I'm tracking all of the blueprint data I collect during the Locked Gate event so we can figure out what's dropping and where and what the drop rates are like. We don't have any real data to go off yet. I've done 2 runs, so this is super anecdotal, but I will point out that if we just focus on the underground area alone, I managed to get a 30% drop rate for blueprints. That means 30% of the containers I looted had a blueprint. The current global drop rate seems to be around 5% since the update, which is already ridiculous. So 30% is crazy. Outside the Locked Gate, so just the normal area, we still had about a 10% drop rate, which is pretty good. Now, that's super, super early data, though, and a huge margin of error, so that's not the real drop rate. I might have just gotten lucky. We have to do a lot more testing. In terms of what we actually found, though, this is where it gets exciting. We've done a lot of testing since the update. We found a lot of blueprints. A lot of them just kind of end up being the same attachments. But if we look at the Bluegate drops, obviously the Bobcat, we've got the augments, we've got the higher value attachment, so extended barrel, lightweight stock, so on and so forth, extended media mag 3. What's interesting here is that for the most part, most of the drops have been high value blueprints, which is really cool. Once again, still need to do some more testing on this. If you want to see all this data, it's all public. There'll be a link in the pinned comment. As always, thanks for watching and good luck on Lockgate. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio.